I give Northern Illinois credit. Mark's got a veteran group of guards, and when they needed big shots, their guards got them in the right things. And the game really came down to we didn't take care of the ball in the first 20 minutes. Second half we did, and defensively, the first half they shot 50%. Second half they shoot 29%. But at the end of the day, they stepped up and made plays when they had to. And I thought we got good production out of our bench. I thought Mike Kowalik came in and played one of his better games. Thought Hassan Thomas came in the second half and really gave us some good minutes. And I thought Jake Wygand had one of his better games. We continue to try to help these young guys. And as I tell them, you're 11 games in, you're not young anymore. And yet we still got young guys that struggle to get into the flow of the game and let the game come to them. And that's what got us down in the first half. We turned the ball over 11 times in the first half, 6 in the second half. It's the difference in the game. They're 10-2. They're a good basketball team. They're a confident basketball team. And again, I thought our guys came back and fought hard, but fighting hard doesn't mean a lot. We lost the game.
What's it going to take to get the guys to play a full 40 minutes?
That's a great question. Probably change the lineup again. The lineup that played there at the end seemed to move the ball pretty well and find the right people when they were open. And as I continue to work with these young guys, the one thing I try to emphasize to them, every possession matters. Now, once again, I'm not saying we didn't play hard. We played hard. And a couple of those plays go the other way. I think of Paris's drive. He gets called for the charge. It's a 4-point game right there. Jake's going to get a wide open layup. It's going to be a 2-point game. Those are the breaks of the game. The bad decisions in the first half put us in that position, and missing free throws. And I don't know whether that has anything to do with the beginning of the game or not, because if we made our free throws in the first half, probably would have been a 2 or 4-point game at halftime.
Coach, you had a freshman play as many minutes and affect the game as much as Dixon has for you in your career?
Yeah, I've had a lot of freshmen do it, and that's why I talk about these guys being young guys. They're young. Freshmen are freshmen. You can either do it or you can't. And I think he's showing he can do it at a high level. And again, he took some questionable shots in the first half. And then he adjusted. Now I give him credit for that. It showed me he can know, okay, I wasn't playing the right way. Now I need to come back and play this way and be productive, and he was. And so, he can impact the game in a lot of ways. He's been our leading rebounder. He's probably the best guy to throw it in the post, and yet he's our leading scorer.
What did you tell Lance, especially after the fifth foul, the touch foul that he had in 49 seconds, still one possession game?
Yeah, and Lance is getting better at it. Lance is, in his career, has had foul trouble because he's so strong and physical. It's probably where the new rule is hurting us a little bit, because we could be pretty physical, and we get hurt by that sometimes with Lance. And I thought he had played a great floor game. He defended his tail off the whole game, and he had 7 assists. He was putting the ball in the right spot when he was at the point. And as he continues to develop at the point, that gives us someone that we can count on there.
How would you assess the performance of your bigs on the defensive end tonight, particularly tag?
Well, I thought at times in the second half, I thought he was a lot better than the first half. I thought he made it difficult on the big. I thought our guards did a better job of helping. And, but again, you get caught with the same thing with these new rules. Once they catch it, you don't have a lot of choice. You got to just try to wall up, and if they make it, they can make it. And he got beat deep, I think, one time there bad, But other than that, in the second half, he was pretty good.
He's been called for a couple of, Kinsey fouls and trying to deny deep position or fighting for the rebound position. Is he, how do you avoid that the way you're playing against it?
Well, you can't avoid it because you're trying to fight. And that's a big, strong young man he was fighting against. He was a very good player and has gotten way better. And Mark and his staff deserve a lot of credit for that. But I think more than anything, again, the game comes down to little plays. They get a charge, we get a block. And Ty's foot was on the line. Paul made the right call. And, but again, those are effort plays. They're plays you got to try to make, and Ty made it, and that was one of his fouls.
You gave Drew Hackett a little bit of a look at the end of the first half, and while he didn't fill up the stat sheet anyway, but it seemed like the offense seemed to flow a little bit better. What do you think about that?
We moved the ball, and he didn't turn it over. And as I told him afterwards, I'm going to play guys that move the ball and don't turn it over. Because when we don't turn it over, we shoot the ball really well. And your defense can be really good. When you're turning the ball over, you can't defend turnovers. That's what our guards have to understand. And then our guards have to get better defensively. And that's just scouting report. That's, knowing who the shooters are and where the shots are coming from.
How ready are you guys for this conference stretch here, the first 3 games all on the road, starting with Valpo on Saturday?
Well, again, you don't have any choice, so you better be ready. I'm excited about it. And I think our kids, again, if I could erase about 5 games early, in the last 4 weeks, we've become a better basketball team. And tonight got away from us, but we were right there. And 4 weeks ago, we'd have got down 10 and it would have been 20. And again, that's where I understand coaching. I understand. I've never been 2-9 in my life. So I don't look at any of this and go, well, this or that. I look at every piece of it every day. And yet the kids are seeing, boy, when you execute and you run things right, you get anything you want. You don't turn the ball over, you get a shot on the rim, you get a chance at an offensive rebound. We've got to figure out how to do that early in the game. And again, that may be changing the lineup to find the guys that can execute early so that we can be productive early.
Time for one more.
So you guys know they can compete at this level. How do you get them to know that they can win?
You keep coaching them. And that sounds cliche-ish, but on the other side of it, that's all this is. It isn't, Gabe Snyder goes down, we don't have him, Mike's got to play. Mike came in and was really good. And yeah, he made a couple mistakes, but I don't mind mistakes out of effort. I can't deal with it when we just come down, we jump in the air and we throw a ball that we had no chance to make a play on. That gets you beat. And, points off turnovers, 22. You lose the game by, really, we fouled there at the end, you lose the game by 3. 22 points off turnovers, with 11 of those being in the first half. You change that, and it's a wire-to-wire game. And again, we got down, we fought back. I would guess most people, when they made that next run and got it to 10, thought, we got it back again. And you know what? Teams can keep playing a zone. We've got that figured out. We'll get a good shot against the zone. And we had 1 shot clock violation. And again, we had a wide open shot we should have took. And that's where not having Lance in the game at that point was big for me, because he had been making the right decisions of who was open and who wasn't. So again, you get to start over come Saturday. And we got dealt the hand. We get to go to Valpo, we get to go to Oakland, and we get to go to Detroit. That's how I look at it. We get to do it. And I may feel different after that, But I'm looking forward to it, and my team will be looking forward to it.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, everybody.